Hello everyone, this is the homework video for Im2 homework number 24. So color in the arc made by the given angle, then name it with the correct arc symbol. So when we are being asked angle VQW, so first find your angle VQW. So we're really talking about this angle right there, aren't we? Okay, so which is the arc that is associated, intercepted by this central angle here? It is this portion. Okay, and what do we call this arc? We call that VW with this arc symbol right there, which is a curved line over those two letters. What about angle AQD? Where is angle AQD? Follow along. AQD is this angle here. So the arc intercepted by that angle is this. And that's going to be AD with the arc symbol right over it. Alright, then cut number 3. Find the measure of the arc or central angle indicated. Assume that the lines which appear to be diameters are actual diameters. So we're told that this is 85 degrees. Then what is the question mark central angle here? So the question mark central angle is going to be same as the arc measure, which is 85 degrees. What about this question mark angle? That question mark angle is going to be same as the 82 degrees, the arc measure here, which is 82 degrees. So that's 82 degrees here, and this is 85 degrees here. Now this time we're being asked, what is the measure of arc YX? Where is YX? YX is this. We're being asked, can you find out what is the measure of that? Well, we know that this is 140 degrees, but we don't know what this angle is. What is this angle going to be? It's going to be 180 minus 140. So it has to be 40 degrees because 40 plus 140 is going to be 180. And if this central angle is 40 degrees, what is the measure of arc WYX? That's also going to be 40 degrees. And number 6, we are being asked, what is the measure of angle IGJ? IGJ is this angle right there. So we're being asked to find this angle measure. Well, we know that this is, if this arc measure is 70 degrees, we know that this central angle is 70 degrees. And I know this angle plus this blue angle is going to form a straight angle. So 70 plus what is equal to 180? That has to be 110 degrees. So measure of angle IGJ is equal to 110 degrees. Number 7, measure of angle EGD. Where's EGD? So we are looking for this angle measure here. Okay, and again I know that angle EGD and angle FGE, they are supplementary, they add to 180 degrees. So this is going to be 180 minus 61 is going to be equal to 119. So I know the measure of angle EGD is 119 degrees. Measure of angle, now this time we need to find the measure of arc CDF. Where is CDF? Okay, so we're looking for arc measure. So we're looking for this arc measure in degrees. Okay, what do we know about this arc measure? Well, we know this is 158 degrees. And whatever is outside of that, that's going to be this angle out here is going to be 360 degrees minus 158 degrees. which is going to be 202 degrees. So I know that arc CDF, measure of arc CDF is going to be 202 degrees. Okay, moving on. State if each angle is an inscribed angle. If it is, color in the angle and the intercepted arc. Okay, so is WVX inscribed angle? Yes, it's starting at on the circle and the vertex is at the circle as well. So yes, this is an inscribed angle. And what is the arc that is intercepting this arc? It is this arc, and the intercepted arc is going to be WJX. We use 3 letters so that we do not get confused with the other side or the portion of. Okay, so if I just wrote WX, it could be this side or it could be this side. But by putting in the middle letter J, we know that it is this side of the arc that we're talking about. Alright, so what about this? The point X is not on the circle, so it is not an inscribed angle. Okay, what about this? 11. Again, the point is at the center. This angle is not an inscribed angle. So it's not an inscribed angle. What about this? R and S and Q, they are all on the circle itself. So this is an inscribed angle. And then which is the arc that is intercepted by that inscribed angle? It is arc RQ. That's my notation here. And the inscribed angle here is angle RSQ. Whereas this angle is angle W3J. Alright. Okay, now let's do some review of multiplying polynomials and factoring. Find each product. Okay, so yes, you can certainly use the area model if that's what you need to do, or you can use FOIL. That's first with first, so 5v, 2v times 5v is 2 times 5 is 10v squared. And then that's first with first. And then outside is 2v times 8 is 2 times 8 is 16v. And then the 2 inside is negative 2 times positive 5v is going to be negative 10v. And then last with last is negative 2 times positive 8 is going to be negative 16. Okay, so and then we do combine the two like terms. And you're left with 10v squared. 16 minus 10 is 6. 6v minus 16. Okay, 8k. So first with first, that's going to be 8 times 2 is 16. And k times k is k squared. Now outside is 8 times 7 is 56. And 56k. The inside is 2 times 2k is going to be 4k plus 4k. And then last with last. That's going to be 2 times 7. That's going to be 14. And then combine the like terms here. 56 plus 4 is going to be 60. 60k. So this comes down to 16k squared plus 60k plus 14. Last two problems. v squared plus 13v plus 40. Factor each completely. Well, look at the numbers. There is no leading coefficient. There is no number in front of the v squared. So this is my easy factoring. So I can start by putting v here and a v here. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 40, but that add to 13. What are the two numbers? Well, since it's positive and it adds to the positive number, it has to be both positive numbers. And two numbers that multiply to 40 that adds to 13, 8 times 5, right? 8 times 5 is 40, 8 plus 5 is 13, so it's going to be 8 and 5. Now, it's really good idea to just quickly check using FOIL to make sure that this is correct. That's first with first, that's v squared, and then outside, v times 5 is plus 5v, inside is 8 times v is plus 8v, and then 8 times 5 is plus 40. Then combine the two like terms and you're left with v squared. 5v plus 8v is 13v plus 40. And that is the original expression that I started off with, so that checks out. Okay, what about the next one? R squared minus 6r minus 7. So again, this is the simple factoring because the leading coefficient, the number in front of the squared term, is 1. So we can separate this as r and r. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 7 that add to negative 6. What are the factors of 7? It would only be 1 and 7, right? And we want one of them to be positive, one of them to be negative to get the negative as the final product. And we want the sum to be negative, so we want the bigger number to be negative. So that's going to be negative 7 and plus 1. And again, if I was to check this by doing FOIL, first with FOIL, first is r times r is r squared. Then the outside is r times 1 is plus 1r. And then the inside is, inside is negative 7 times r is negative 7r. And then the last with last is negative 7 times positive 1 is negative 7. And again, I can combine the two like terms here. 1r minus 7r is going to be negative 6r. And we still have the r squared here and minus 7. And that is what I started off with. So I know my factoring is correct. Alright, so that's it for homework